Everybody. I realized a couple weeks ago that I don't actually have a demo video for the plugin, the delay plugin that I worked on and released around 7 months ago. So I figured I would just open up Logic, queue up a little guitar preset and a pad preset, and play around with the delay plugin for a couple minutes, just to give you a sense of how it sounds, some of the things it can do. Yeah, so let's just dive right in. This is the clean guitar sound, just really straightforward. All right, let's hear what the delay, just the most vanilla setting, sounds like. So this is just gonna be like your very clean digital delay sort of sound. All right, let's add some high cut. So what the analog setting here does, you might be wondering, because that's a pretty vague name for a control, but it basically models the anti-aliasing and then reconstruction filter that are present at the beginning and end of the delay line on like your classic bucket brigade circuit. Um, and you can sort of see that really what's going on here with this percentage thing, it's going to be the cutoff of those filters. So that's different from the high cut is just going to apply to just going to be a constant filter applied to the delayed signal as it's submixed with the dry signal. The analog, the filter here is going to be applied to the feedback. So one repeat will be filtered multiple times, and you'll sort of get that warm fade out. Um, you'll lose the high frequencies over multiple repeats, kind of like with a classic analog delay. So just you can hear that best um, without any modulation on. So let's turn that down. Let's set these back so it just sounds like it's in mono. So and let's also turn the high cut all the way up and the low cut all the way down. So here is just the sound straight up. Great. Now let's apply some analog. So you can hear how it kind of warms it up. And it sort of trails off. You lose the high frequencies as the delay trail. Yeah. So this sounds pretty cool with the modulation on as kind of a, you know, a nice, subtle. You can make the mod rates slightly different to get a really nice stereo picture. So we can also apply a little bit of distortion to the resulting signal. So let's hear that. Yeah. Yeah, so you can get a little bit of crunch. All right, yeah. So I think that does it about for the guitar part. So I just want to show you how it sounds on a really straightforward like pad sound, and how it can sort of increase the dimension and sort of add motion to an otherwise sort of static and boring pad. Let's bring that up quickly. So this is just the pad sound on its own. Yeah, pretty boring. So let's add some color to it. Yeah, so you can sort of get a sense for how, can add some motion. Let's up the mod rate. Yeah, so you can sort of use it as a pad widener, or almost as as like a sort of chorus in some ways, which is something else I want to show you. Just some of the more interesting aspects of the delay. So it actually goes down to very short delay times, and it uses a very smooth interpolation called Hermite interpolation to give you fractional sample delay. So you can actually, it's actually feasible to use this as a chorus, like a stereo chorus. So let's set the mod rate to be sort of high, and the amount. Let's pull off the analog meter. So the amount relatively high too. Let's also have no drive. All right, yeah. Let's set the mix somewhere around here. So yeah, if I turn it off. You sort of get that chorusing sound. Of course, we can, pull down the amount, right? It's a little more subtle, up the rate. And if you turn the mix all the way up, you get more of a vibrato kind of thing, right? Because you're not mixing it with the blended signal, the dry signal, rather. Of course, it can get kind of wacky. So I think it's a fairly good sounding chorus, actually, on its own. And of course, it's it's a stereo chorus, but it's a stereo chorus where you can actually control the mod rate for the left and right channels and get some really wacky, super wide sounding stuff. That sound, but yeah. Anyway, so that's sort of one different use for it that you might not expect. And another fun thing I think is actually how good this thing is at doing sort of your classic analog delay feedback loop. So let's turn that all the way up just to get maximum noticeability of that sort of Buck Brigade reconstruction filter modeling. And then let's bump up the feedback. Let's also, oh, my mouse isn't working again. All right, there we go. Let's also bump up the delay time if we can get the mouse to work, which maybe it just won't. Okay, there we go. Great, okay. Let's also turn the modulation amount down a little. All right, so we're going to set the feedback relatively high here so we can get that. Yeah, so we can sort of, the mouse is breaking again. All right, there we go. Okay, yeah, let's set the feedback just all the way up if we can. Wow, the mouse is just having a great time. Okay. Nope. All right, whatever. Set it to 1. Okay, great. Okay, so now you can sort of get that. Yeah, so you can sort of get a sense for how you can do some of that feedback loop stuff with it. You'll probably notice, so something, if I turn the high cut all the way up here and I do the same thing, you'll start to hear some artifacts. Yeah, and it's pretty tough to get rid of those unless you actually add some kind of filtering or smoothing algorithm, which you can just do with the high cut. Yeah. Cool. The last thing I just wanted to show off is that any time-dependent parameter here is tempo syncable. So we can choose here between quarter note delay, eighth note delay. And when we switch back to millisecond mode, it'll actually have that number converted to milliseconds, that tempo converted to milliseconds. So we can sort of, unsynchronize these two left and right parameters and then maybe play around with having them be slightly off from each other to get a little bit of a wider sound, right? Yeah. I guess I didn't mention, yeah, this little button here will synchronize left and right so you can edit them at the same time. I just noticed that was useful when I was playing around with it, so I decided to add that button. And I guess I haven't done a lot of, there's clearly you can sort of do, so tempo sync this maybe to the quarter note or something, and that to the eighth note on the right, and you'll get that sort of ping pong sound, Yeah, let's try going a little faster with the triplets, but maybe going a little slower. Oh, actually, I don't know. all of the parameters are, I mean, there's two sides to this delay, right? So all of the parameters you can edit independently between left and right. Let's make the, I don't know, do something really weird. Make the right side ultra modulated. Here goes the mouse again. Oh. Okay, yeah. And then I don't know, make the left side not modulated. Make the right side feedback a lot. Oh, they're synchronized right now. Make the, I don't know, make the left side mix really high or something, and then the, let's not hear. Oh, okay, come on. I really need to get a new mouse. You have to slam it down to get it to, okay, there we go. Oh, it's stuck again. Okay, whatever. This is good. Yeah, so you can hear. I don't know when you would ever want something like this, but yeah, you can do it if you want with this delay. Yeah. All right, I think that basically wraps up this this demo. I think it went on a little longer than I expected, but that's basically most of the capabilities. I guess I didn't show off tap tempo, but that's relatively straightforward. Just tap and it'll, you know. Yeah, and it'll go from the left and right. Of course, you can synchronize these if you want, and then when you tap, it'll be the same. Or if they're not synchronized, you can tap on the right-hand side and then tap on the left-hand side. Oh, I synchronized them again. You get the idea. All right, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching this. I'll throw the download link in the description. And yeah, check it out if you want to. All right, thanks.